Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a chatty get ready with me. I'm going to be sharing how I got this look here using the products from my December Shop My Stash bag. So yesterday's video was my November recap and also choosing out my picks for December. I also do give an update on how I'm going to continue / change this series for 2020. So if you haven't caught that video, I will have it linked down below. For today's topic, I'm going to chat about my 9 brands that I want to try in 2019 video that went up last year. I started this kind of like video idea back in 2017, chatting about brands that I've never tried before that I want to try throughout the next year. So I am back to give my update on how I did. Hint, it is not well. It is not good, and we had a few struggles along the way with the makeup from my Shop My Stash bag. So this was just kind of an interesting video all around. But if you want to see me get ready and chat about the 9 brands that I wanted to try in 2019 and how I did, let me go ahead and get started. Hello. Okay, jumping into it. So I'm just going to start off with my face. Again, all these products, I'm probably not going to go through each one, so they will all be linked in my description box, and yesterday's video explains why I chose each one. But jumping into my list of brands, I just did not do very well, and I'm disappointed in myself, and I need to, if I do this for next year, do a check-in halfway to like remind myself and get it together and all of that. So but the first brand that I had on my list was Hallberg. And I feel like towards the end of last year I started to hear more and more about the brand, and I just was really interested. And I think around the time that I was filming, she had released like the 4 shadows, the one that had the red in it, and it was so beautiful, and all the swatches were making everybody go crazy, myself included. It's funny because I just mentioned this story in my most recent Will I Buy It video, if you guys watched that, because Hallberg came out with like the holiday quad again, and this one has a green one in there, and again the swatches look amazing. But I told the story about how I wanted to purchase that quad last year and was planning on it, and it was going to be my first thing from Hallberg, and I was so excited. And then I actually got a message from the brand saying that they wanted to send it over to me and asking for my address, and I was so like, oh my gosh, like this is going to be so awesome. And then it never came. And again, like I said in the Will I Buy It video, I truly have 0 hard feelings for it. It happens before. It actually happened with the next brand I'm going to talk to you about. Like, it happens. I've just kind of learned not to get like super excited to like when someone reaches out and says, you know, something's coming or whatnot, because there's a chance that it won't. So I was super bummed. I think I was disappointed too, because I was planning to buy it, but knowing that it was coming, you know, I do have to like be smart with my financials, because I can't just put my money towards makeup. I have like other things I have to pay for, my cell phone bill, my mortgage, you know, health bills, student loans. So lame. So if I know that something's coming, I typically don't run out and buy it again. I kept waiting and I kept waiting, because I figured shipping would take a while and all of that, so I just kept patiently waiting and kept patiently waiting. And then by the time that I was like, that you're not gonna get it, like so much time had passed, I ended up not purchasing it. And then because I haven't tried the brand, I really need that first thing that I'm gonna try be like really catching my attention and like really wanting it. Again, I chatted about this in the Will I Buy It on Wednesday too, and I think the week before that also. And I feel like nothing else really gave me as strong of a pull as that particular quad did. So I haven't purchased anything yet, which I'm bummed about. But let me know some of like your favorite things from the brand, because I still do want to. Again, that story didn't make me think anything less of the brand. Like, I didn't not buy anything, so I was like, I'm mad. Like, it happens. It's probably going to continue to happen and everything. But yeah, let me know some of your favorites. I would love to know. And like I said, I mean, it truly is not uncommon for this to happen, because the second brand that I had on my list was By PopSugar. Now, I really didn't know much about the brand last year. I actually read the book, I believe it's called Power Your Happy by Lisa Sugar, and she is the founder of PopSugar, like the website, and then they have kind of like branched into makeup and beauty from there. So I read the book and I thought that that was really interesting, and I looked at the brand and I thought it would be fun to try a few items from them. It was a while after the video went up, like it wasn't like a right away type of thing. And of course, when I started this series back in, I think it was in 2017 was the first time I did it, 7 brands I want to try in 2017. I'm not making them as like, maybe I'm gonna catch attention of a brand. Like, I don't know, I just thought it would be a fun series when I started it. But it was a while after I posted the video, I actually got an email from someone at By PopSugar saying they wanted to send me a package, and they said, you know, go through the website and you can pick out a few of your favorite things and like let us know, you know, shade wise what it is that would work best for you, which I thought that was nice, because sometimes you just get PR packages from brands with items that, you know, you're not really interested in trying a ton, or they send like all the shades and you know, either complexion shades don't work for you or lipstick shades maybe you wouldn't wear. So sometimes it's nice when you get the opportunity to pick your items, because you know what, not even what works best for you, especially if you never tried the brand, but even just like shades. What lipstick shades are you gonna wear the most of? What eyeshadow palette would you know, play with the color scheme the most and everything. So I went through and I picked out the items that I thought would be best for me, and I was also kind of trying to put it together as like what would be best to do in a video where I could do like nearly a full face or a bunch of items. So instead of requesting like 4 eyeshadow palettes and 15 lipsticks and 17 concealer, like, you know, that sort of thing, like I was trying to do like 1 in each category, and I could do a full face, and you know, it's gonna be great. And then nothing ever came. And again, it's fine and it happens, and I'm not mad, and I'm not saying these stories as like a rah 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 or anything like that. But that one I was kind of bummed, because it actually took me a while, and I was, you know, trying to hit a certain like be under a certain dollar amount and make sure I had things for each category, and looking at the different shade names and what would work best for me, and like had a video planned in my head and all of that. So then when that package didn't come either, I was like, ah, dang it. And the brand is available at Ulta Beauty, and I definitely had my chances to purchase something for sure, but I don't know, especially looking at some of the items when I was looking at them, you know, so closely, trying to pick out some of my favorites, I guess I didn't feel as drawn to the brand. I don't think there was anything that I felt like, even if I didn't receive that, I was like, I still want to get that, and it is available at Ulta and I could get points and everything. And it was actually a little bit more expensive than I think I was originally thinking. So because I didn't feel that particular pull towards anything that I was looking at, it just kind of went on my back burner, and I was like, maybe one day, maybe one day. And again, I feel like this would have been a good brand. I did a couple videos this year where I was trying new brands at Ulta, and actually Uoma Beauty is one of them. This is the contour stick from Uoma Beauty. I purchased a couple different products from Uoma Beauty and Elsie Cosmetics for that video, and did a try-on of, you know, brands that I've never tried before that I purchased at Ulta. So that would have been a good brand to sneak in there for one of those videos. So again, I just need to be better at paying attention to, you know, videos that I put out at the beginning of the year and what I said I wanted to try, and, you know, all of that. I need to do a better job of that, because that could have been fun, and, you know, still a fun video idea to grab even just like 2 or 3 products or something from the brand and try them out. But I completely spaced it and I didn't do it. But again, I was so close to being able to try out some of the products and doing like a full face and everything, but I failed. Let me know if you guys have tried the brand and what products you would consider a favorite. I would love to know. Third brand I had on my list was Tom Ford. I put some like expensive brands on my list. I don't know what I was thinking, but I put Tom Ford on there, and I think it was because, especially towards the end of last year, I was finding more and more channels that focused on high-end. Like, some of my favorite YouTubers have like niche high-end luxury channels. Michelle Wong, Mel Thompson, Jenna Fraze, those are just a few off the top of my head that, you know, kind of have that niche, which is fun for me. A lot of times I find like new brands I've never even heard of from their channels, and I think that's a lot of fun. And you know, even though that's not always my forte, like sometimes I still choose drugstore over super high-end and all of that, and that's okay. It's still fun to get different perspectives on it, and everyone's different and all of that. So You know, I enjoy their channels, but I feel like I would hear a lot about Tom Ford and, you know, like the eyeshadow quads and especially the lipsticks. That's what I really thought I was gonna try from Tom Ford. I hear a lot about the lipsticks. And so I think it was probably just in my mind when I was getting ready to film for the video. And I ended up not trying any of the lipsticks, but I did try the bronzer. This one is the Ultimate Bronzer 03 Bronze Age. That's what I ended up trying from Tom Ford, and I do like it. I did a video recently ranking all of my bronzers, so I can link that if you want to see where I put in the Tom Ford. But I did like it, and it is, I mean, it's a really beautiful bronzer. I mean, I'll give it to Tom Ford. A lot of times the packaging is really beautiful, but this is what it looks like. And then you have the big bronzer in there and then the big mirror too. So I had a subscriber send this over. I believe she had 2 of them, so she sent one to me. And I mean, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but even like the TF in here is getting pretty, especially the F is like almost worn away, because I have worn this quite a bit throughout the year. I ended up liking it. It has like a slight sheen to it, but it's not like too shimmery of a bronzer, but it's not super matte. Again, packaging I think is really beautiful on it, so that was a lot of fun for me to try out. I was also like super intimidated by the bronzer when I first got it because it's such a pricey bronzer. It was almost one of those things where I was like, I'm scared to use it, but I'm glad that I jumped into it and started trying it out because I ended up really liking it. So still want to try the Tom Ford lipsticks. I still hear a lot about them, but I did try. We are now 1 for 3. Yes. The next brand I had on my list was Nabla Cosmetics. Oh, I didn't try anything from Nabla either. Man, I feel like such a failure in this video. I did not try anything from Nabla, but most recently they're like, is it the Dreamy 2 or the Mystic palette or something like that? That has been really calling my attention. I want to see a few reviews on it because again, I haven't tried anything from Nabla, but I've seen a couple people post videos and I have them flagged to watch. I just need to watch their videos and see what they think on the palette and see if it would be a good first product to purchase from them, but I haven't tried anything yet. There was some, especially like their palettes, I feel like is kind of what I hear the most about from Nabla. Like a lot of the palettes were pretty, but they just didn't call my attention enough, and I should have done it. I should have done it, but again, let me know your favorites from Nabla. I feel so bad in this video. I feel so disappointed with myself. The next brand I did try in 2019, but I had also tried a lip product from them prior to that, and I just totally spaced. I remember when I posted the video and there was a couple people that were like, didn't you try a lipstick from Ciate London? I was like, oh my gosh, duh, yes I have. So the next brand I had on my list was Ciate London, and I had completely forgotten that I had a lip product from them. It came in one of my like the Sephora favorites lip sets, and I actually really liked it, and I've used it before in videos. Like I remember using it in I think it was the tutorial that I was following a makeup look from Babs Beauty and that sort of thing, and just completely spaced it. But so in addition to trying out that lipstick, I did try some more products from Ciate London, a blush from them, but also this is going in my next makeup monthly in the favorite section. But telling you guys, this mascara is so good. I actually had to pull it out of my travel bag. I still haven't fully unpacked from our Thanksgiving trip. That's just who I am. But this from Ciate London, this is their Wonder Wand mascara. This is such a nice mascara. I was wearing it when I had lunch with my mom when we were in Alabama, and she was like, you put your false lashes on today? And I was like, no, but thanks, it's just my mascara. It is a really nice mascara. The worst part about it is that it is a very wet formula and it takes a while to dry down. And when I was getting ready in the hotel the first day that we were on vacation, or not, well, vacation-esque, but we were on our trip. I put the mascara on and then I was doing my hair and a piece of my hair like went across my face and I went to move it and the mascara went shoo, like up through my eye, up through my eyebrow and onto my forehead. I was like, oh no, that's not good. So it takes a while for it to dry. So just want to make you aware of that so you don't have any boo-boos. But once it does, it is beautiful. It makes the lashes look so long. And again, once the formula does dry down, it doesn't move. Like that was what I wore all of the days that we were in Alabama, and I would do my makeup at like 9, 10 in the morning, and then, you know, I wouldn't take it off till like 11 o'clock that night. Really, really good mascara, so I am super excited about this one. Ciate London did send this over to me, and I'm really impressed. So yeah, Ciate London, I technically did try them before 2019. Yikes, but I tried them some more throughout this year. Okay, so I mentioned when I was pulling products from my Shop My Stash that I wasn't sure about this pencil because I thought the ink stain sign was running out. Look at the difference between my brows. This is like it's like nothing is coming out. Like, yikes. It's such like a weird color. Like my brows are completely different colors right now. I don't know, like I've been sitting here like doing this. I put the cap on it for a while and shook it up like, this one might be done for. And if it is, that's rough because I haven't used it enough to justify that. Brows are just gonna have to look crazy. Like I like the way that this one looks, but when you run out of brow pencil, don't really know what you do about that. So that's a bummer. But I guess we're just gonna have to move on. Okay, I did also spray my face with my Morphe setting spray that I grabbed out, and then I'm gonna do my eye look with the Huda Beauty New Nude palette. I think I kind of want to work up in this area because it was one that I didn't go into a bunch. So I think that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm using some brushes from Alamar Cosmetics, and I think that they're really nice. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and work the shade Tickle into the crease first. I feel like the brow thing is like really throwing me off, but at least now I know that it's done for. And yeah, and at least I got to show you on camera what happens when your brow pencil runs out. Really high hopes when it was doing so well on the first brow. I was like, oh, I must have just been like going crazy thinking that it was about done, but probably should have just said goodbye to it when I thought that. Because that can be the tricky thing about those pencils versus like the actual pencil side. You can obviously see when you're about done with it, whereas something like the ink stain, you might not know. Because another thing with the brow blade is that it would happen to me before where sometimes I would do one brow and it seemed to be going well, and it was almost like it started to dry out by the time I did the second one. But then, I mean, that happened after like use 3 or 4, something really early on, where I was like, surely it's not done yet. But then the next time I would do my brows, it'd be fine for the one brow, and then not. I did really like the brow blade when I was first trying it, but it definitely makes me not so pleased and not really wanting to recommend it. So, oh well. Okay, so moving on to the next brand on my list. I had, oh yes, very affordable brand, La Mer. Whoo. Okay, I was clearly in some type of way. I must have been like really binging on some of my high-end luxury friends at this time, because La Mer is such an expensive brand. I know Mel Thompson really enjoys one of their powders. I'm pretty sure I've seen Michelle Wong talk about La Mer as well. I know Desi Perkins has a lot of La Mer that she uses and recommends, and I was like, well, maybe, you know, if I just pick like one item to start with and try, and like if I get it in the Sephora VIB sale, like it'll be fine, it'll be cool, I can still give it a shot. No, I never did. I mean, there was a few times that I looked at La Mer products. I think Jessica Braun has talked about their foundation, but it's like like $110 or something for the foundation. And you know, I just was never able to bite the bullet on that one. I don't know why I thought 2019 was going to be the year that I won the lottery. That didn't happen. So I didn't, but I do hear, like, I feel like the people that I hear review La Mer do like a lot of their products. I just wasn't able to do it for myself. So again, if you've tried La Mer, of course, let me know. What do you love from them? And what do you recommend? Like, what's worth the splurge? That's what I want to know. What is worth the splurge? I'm just taking a bit of the shade Spanked. Really. I've used Tickle and Spanked. That's great. That's great. Apparently this is going to be an eye look based on one of my characters in The Six. This can be Christy's eye look because I feel like this would really suit her right now. This just keeps getting better because the shimmer that I wanted to go in with is Kinky. So this is, I've gotten requests to do makeup looks based on my characters. If you guys don't know, I do also write books. My 8th novel just published on November 22nd. And I've had a few people write in and say to do makeup looks based on my characters. And I always thought it would be like, this is what I think they would wear type of thing. I don't know if I see Christy rocking a look like this. She's not quite as into makeup as some of the other girlfriends in the 6 series are. But I feel like based on shade names, she would appreciate this look. The next brand on my list is one that I'm excited that I did try in 2019, and that is Doll 10. So I'm super excited though because in 2019, one of my friends, Makeup Molly here on YouTube, she actually did a collaboration with Doll 10, and I'm telling you guys, it is such a good collaboration. It's still available now. If you haven't checked out the Makeup Molly Doll 10 brush set, I highly recommend that you grab it. The brushes are beautiful, first of all, and there's like a great case that came along with it. The actual brushes are really beautiful, but they're also fantastic brushes. They really are. It is an eye brush set. I actually use one of the brushes in the set as a highlighter brush. And it's just kind of one of those styles that I really like for highlighting. In Molly's video where she talked about the use that she really likes it for, it's such a good one. Like, she just did such a good job on that collaboration. The brushes are amazing, and I was so excited for her to be able to have an opportunity like that. I also loved the names that she gave the brushes. I thought those were so cute because it's not just like a, you know, like the F80 or the E40 or things like that. They have like really cute names based on, you know, what she thinks like the uses for. Against brushes, so you can use them for whatever you want, but the names are super cute. So yeah, so that was such an exciting time, and I actually just got sent over some items from Doll 10 in their holiday collection, so I'm excited to try even more from the brand. But if you're going to check anything out from them, highly suggest the brush set with Makeup Molly. Alrighty, the next brand that I had on my list, I also did try. Whew, thank goodness. That is Sydney Grace. So I was able to try the Sydney Grace eyeshadows in 2019. Sydney Grace is really well known for like the single shadows. They did release this palette in 2019. Let me put down the Huda palette. This is the Autumn's Rain palette, and they sent this over to me, which I was really excited about. And it's a really beautiful palette. It has a really nice mirror, and the shadows inside are really pretty. Really nice quality too. I tried the single shadows before I tried the palette. I think I'm saying that correctly. But I have some of the singles too, and yeah, I really ended up liking the palette. I thought the quality in here was really nice. So again, was really excited to try out Sydney Grace. The owner, I think, is also very sweet. I was able to have some conversations with her throughout the year, and I thought that she was very kind and very supportive, and yeah, so it was really nice to a brand that just seemed like it was, you know, good people and to be able to support and feature in 2019 also. But if you haven't checked out the Sydney Grace website, definitely recommend that you do. They have some really nice shadows. I realized that I forgot to set my concealer because I did the cream bronzer, so I was trying not to use any powder because then I would forget about it. This is what happens. This is why I can't use cream products, so I'm gonna do my best to set my concealer, even though this is like the worst time and we're almost done. About using cream products just completely throws off like my entire thing, my entire game. And then the brow product stopped working. I can't believe we're making it through. I'm talking about a total fail of an attempt to try 9 brands in 2019. Like, oh my goodness, not good. But I'm gonna go ahead and apply my mascara. This is the Milk Kush mascara. I just have one more brand left to talk about, but I'm gonna do my highlighter, and this is the Makeup Molly Dalton brush that I use for highlighting, and this is called the Prepping Perfector. So I'm just gonna use some of my, I have the Uoma Beauty cream highlighter. Why? I get tripped up so often. So the Uoma Beauty contour stick has highlight on the other side. I'm just gonna go ahead and use a little bit on my finger, even though I felt like with this one it kind of like looks like I just put my finger all over my face, but I'm just gonna tap a little bit up here and then go over it with my Persona, because this one is kind of sheer too. When I apply cream highlights with my fingers, I feel like it looks like I have finger marks on my face. But when I apply with a sponge, I feel like it takes my makeup off. And I don't like applying directly onto my skin. So I don't know. I'm just not a cream makeup girl, I don't think. Like bronzer I think is like the most that I can do, but blush and highlight, I don't know, something about it I just don't really get on with. But hey, at least we tried it, because that's the point of this month, is trying this out to see if I want to keep it around, because I just am not sure. So now I'm gonna go ahead and top it with a bit of my Persona highlight, and this one definitely has a lot more intensity. See, like it just looks a little odd if you ask me. But like I mentioned, I have one more brand to chat about, and that one was Blush Tribe. I haven't tried anything from Blush Tribe, so we're ending on a high note, which is good. Always a good way to end. I didn't try anything from them. I know they came out with some palettes, but I don't know, I kind of felt like the palettes that were released weren't ones that I would find myself wearing very often. Like just some of the color schemes weren't particularly me. But let me know if you guys tried Blush Tribe, and you know, of course, what you'd recommend, what I keep saying, but I'd love to know your recommendations. But fortunately, I think I only tried 4 of 9: Tom Ford, Ciate, Dalton, Sydney Grace. So not great. I did not do great on my list this year. Would you guys want to see me do this for 2020? If I did, I would definitely make a note to tell myself to do a check-in halfway throughout the year. Maybe do a video like trying like 1 or 2 of the brands that I put on my list and like trying them out in a first impression video or that sort of thing. Just so I don't run into this again, because I feel very sad making this video. I don't feel very successful, which is not good. Like I'm gonna have a lot of monochromatic mauve moments this month. This is the Urban Decay Back Talk. I feel like it goes really well with this look, but I want to do a little bit of gloss too. I have my Sugar gloss from Marc Jacobs. I want to do just a little bit of the gloss also. But I was trying to figure out what I should do for 2020. I might just do like my top 5 brands or something like that, because I've done 7 brands in 2017, 8 in 18, 9 in 19. But it's like, what do you do for 2020? And I was thinking about that too with my Project Pan, because I do want to do a Project Pan in 2020, but I did 18 in 2018, and then that was way too much for me to keep track of, so I did 9 in 2019. But again, it's like, do I just do like a rotating Project Pan? I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet. I haven't come up with any great ideas, so if you have any for me, let me know. But also let me know if you'd want to see this video again, and like how many items you think would be good to put in there. Okay, I like the gloss. It just gave it a little something something. I want to do my brands that I would recommend too. So I did 9 brands I think you should try in 2019, talking about maybe like underrated or newer brands, or maybe just brands that you don't hear as much about. So I can link that video too if you would be interested in seeing that, but I definitely want to do that again for 2020. There's always like new brands, you know, coming out and everything, so I like to be able to do that too. But of course, just give me your feedback. I would love to know what you guys are thinking, what you guys would like to see, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the get ready with me and seeing how I got this monochromatic mauve look that I love so much, and chatting about my failures of trying 9 brands in 2019. But I hope that some of you guys will make this video again too. It was really fun. I don't know if a lot of people made it in 2017, but I feel like 2018 I saw a couple people make it, and I saw quite a few make it in 2019, which I thought was really quite cool. So hopefully some more people want to do this again for 2020. But of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I hope that you also consider subscribing before you go, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.